All right, well, let me welcome you both to ILTACON 2022. This is our third largest ILTACON ever, about 3,000 attendees on site. And it's a really interesting mix of being back in person, getting hugs from people, and then learning about kind of new and collaborative things that are happening. First, can you guys tell me what booth you're at?
We're at booth 207.
So it's pretty much just as you walk in the door, I'm going to be able to come over and say, hey, and what's up? So if I was a new attendee, which a good portion of our attendees at ILTACON 2022 are first-time attendees, if they come over to the booth, is there something that you'd like them to know straight out of the bat about Intapp, and what would you like them to ask you? Let's start over here. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Intapp. So first of all, we're on the content and collaboration side, and I'd love them to ask about how they're collaborating with using Microsoft technologies. We've seen a tremendous interest in Microsoft Teams, especially as teams go from using Teams from communication, video conferencing, chat, to how do we use this for a true matter-based collaboration.
Absolutely.
And I'm seeing across the board from the pandemic, firms really taking on Microsoft Teams, having a tremendous interest in how do we use it for more advanced use cases. So if you stop by the booth, please do ask about how we can help you with collaboration at your firm.
Yeah, I think the pandemic really changed how workflow and kind of everyone was collaborating. First, is there a reason specifically that Intapp should be the tool of choice?
Yes, absolutely. And specifically with Intapp collaboration and content, we have a tool that works within Microsoft Teams, but allows you to use Microsoft Teams to enable your legal use cases. So you can work with your matters directly within a Microsoft team, bring information from both Microsoft, like tasks and things like that, but also from your other legal solutions directly in the Teams environment, and you can manage all that through governance, etc. as well.
Which is a really interesting proposition. And as a non-legal technologist, how is that going to affect someone who does this for a living's workflow?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we all know in the legal space, there's a lot of different solutions that make up the day-to-day work. The Teams environment that Microsoft has provided really allows you to draw lots of different systems together in one place. And what Intapp Workspaces allows you to do is really deliver that to the user, to the fee earner, so that they can work directly in the Teams environment, get access to all their matter information, and do their work within that environment.
What are you hearing on the floor? What are people starting to talk about? What are they seeing in the marketplace?
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of interest beyond using Teams internally, which was largely pandemic driven. They went from 30 offices to 3,000 offices with everyone working remote.
Knock on a door. Yeah.
And so the first challenge was, how do you solve that remote work challenge? And Teams was like the perfect solution. And our workspaces, Intapp Workspaces, came along at the right time, as Fergus mentioned, to solve the governance challenges. How do you work the right way with your DMS, which is your system of record, as well as how do you make this your law firm ready? How do you make the interface ready? But where our firms are headed right now is they've solved and looking to solve the internal challenge, but how do you now work effectively with your clients? So the external collaboration, how do you extend the DMS integration to external workspaces? That's where we're headed, and that's where our firms are really excited to start working with us on.
Do you both think, or separately even, do you think that this hybrid environment is here to stay?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, we see it ourselves within our own organization, but the people you talk to as well, it's just people wanting to work part-time at home, part-time in the office, etc. So I think it's definitely here to stay.
Yeah, every single firm is saying it's going to get back to some sort of normal, but it's never going to be the way it was. And we need tools that will help us work in that environment more effectively.
Yeah, that single pane idea, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing that's most exciting about the Teams environment generally. It's that single pane onto your matter information, both for your internal work and also for collaborating with clients.
If that's our current state, let's jump a couple years. Let's go to ILTACON 2025. What's cool and new with Intapp then?
That's interesting. we're kind of investing a lot in the Intapp platform. So as well as the collaboration and content side of things, we're drawing together all the data within a legal firm, giving you insights into that information, applying AI to that, and then surfacing that up in the areas that you're working in. So in 2 to 3 years' time, that's going to be a very exciting environment that a lot of, you can have a lot of capabilities, a lot of insight into your information that you wouldn't get today.
You know,
Sounds super collaborative.
it is. I mean, teams are really law firms are really invested in Teams as their digital transformation solution. So seeing, they're painting the picture for us of how they want to work with it in 3 to 5 years. And as Fergus said, as a single pane of glass where they surface all this rich data, insights, workstream applications within the context of their client and matters. But also, how do you leverage their Microsoft 365 investments, apps like Planner, OneNote, Power BI? How do you leverage the connected firm with Intapp, taking in all the insights and data from Intapp into the single pane of glass? And that's what gets people really excited, and we're heading there, and it's a pretty compelling journey.
I'm excited to be along on the ride with you both. Thanks for joining us at ILTACON 2022, and I'm definitely checking back in with you next year to see how much we've moved that needle. Thank you both.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.